Madam Speaker, it is the first time in the history of this country, since we attained our independence way back in 1963, that the government of the Republic of Kenya has failed to pay its workers, specifically civil servants, their salaries. As we speak, we have got thousands and thousands of workers who are yet to receive their March salaries. And today we are on the 11th of April, Madam Speaker. And there is no indication as to when these salaries will be paid, if at all they'll be paid, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, we are advised that a nation or a country is like a going concern. It's like a going concern, really. But any time, and accountants here can tell you, any time a going concern fails or defaults in paying its workers, it is basically teetering on bankruptcy. And therefore, it will be safe to say that Kenya is almost becoming bankrupt, if it is not yet bankrupt, Madam Speaker. And this is no idle talk. This is very serious matter, Madam Speaker. This is very serious matter, Madam Speaker. That this country is becoming bankrupt as we watch, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it is not just about salary delays. As we speak, the county governments, the 47 of them, are facing serious financial crunch. Out of the 370 billion shillings, which is the equitable share that was supposed to go to the counties in this financial year, 2 months before the end of the financial year, only 141 billion shillings has been disbursed, Madam Speaker. And county governments are unable to pay their employees, leave alone providing essential services to the people of this country, Madam Speaker. As a matter of fact, there has been no remittance to the counties for the entire period of January to April this year, which is unprecedented. Even when we had the worst situation of COVID-19, this never happened, Madam Speaker. We would be forgiven to imagine that we are under some sort of war. What possibly could be happening, Madam Speaker? That's the question we're asking this afternoon, Madam Speaker. Above all, nearly all development projects have come to a halt. They have ground to a halt on account of lack of money, Madam Speaker. But then the question we're asking, where has the money gone? Madam Speaker, according to the estimates of revenue, grants and loans for the year ending 30th June this year, which we approved in this House last year, KRA had a target of 2.1 trillion shillings to collect in form of tax revenues. As at the end of February, KRA has only been able to collect 1.2 trillion shillings, which essentially amounts to 57% of the target. And yesterday we were being told through some unsigned statement, which ostensibly came from KRA in the name of acting Commissioner General. It was unsigned. I believe it was fake. That statement was saying that KRA has been able to collect 95% of its target, or attain 95% of its original target. That can't be true, because the tax revenue target can only be approved by this House. And I can confirm to you that even in the supplementary estimates which we passed here a couple of weeks ago, there was no variation in this target of tax revenue, Madam Speaker. And therefore, KRA has fallen short of its target, Madam Speaker. If they are disputing this, let them come out tomorrow and dispute these facts. I can tell you. I'll be happy to face them all head on. Madam Speaker, we have had contradictory statements emanating from KRA. One from the chairman of the board of directors of KRA, one Anthony Maura. He's on record saying that he's trying to drain the swamp in KRA, that there are officers in KRA who are predisposed to steal public money, and therefore he has to remove them, Madam Speaker. And yet the statement which supposedly came from KRA yesterday was disputing this fact. So who do we believe? Do we believe the KRA Board of Directors Chairman, or do we believe the KRA Commissioner General? Madam Speaker, who do you believe? Who do you believe? Madam Speaker, and if we to believe the Commissioner General, what the hell is the chairman of the KRA Board, who is supposed to be a ceremonial office holder, doing in issuing out executive orders, Madam Speaker? In any case, Madam Speaker, there are serious integrity issues surrounding the chairperson of KRA. I will table a report now. I will table this, therefore. Madam Speaker, on the 5th of October 2022, the Kenya Revenue Authority wrote to the Director, National Water Harvesting and Storage Authority regarding agency suspension notice on Todi Civil Engineering Company Limited, business number 154472. Madam Speaker, this letter had the effect of shutting down the account of Todi Civil Engineering Company Limited on account of tax evasion. This letter was written on 5th October and signed off by Mr. Paul Kirui, the Debt Manager, Medium Taxpayers Office, Madam Speaker, Corporate Taxpayer Account Management Division, Domestic Taxes Department. The upshot of this is that even as this gentleman was being appointed as the chairman of the Board of Directors of KRA, he had issues to do with tax evasion concerning his own company. Madam Speaker,
what's your point of order?
I am not aware if this issue was ever resolved.
Because order, Wandayi, order, Wandayi. What is your point of order?
Madam Speaker, the leader of minority is discussing a letter which is not in circulation, which he has not tabled before this House, and therefore I think you can't bring a document that is not been tabled before the Madam Speaker. So I think it's out of order to discuss something that is not tabled before this House.
You know, Honorable Bukosi knows very well that I've been in this House long enough.
Order, Honorable Wandayi.
Just as long as I have also been here, my friend.
Order, Honorable Wandayi. Order, Honorable Wandayi. Regardless of how long we have been in this House, I think we should follow our standing orders, ensure that any document you refer to is substantiated, and also refer to your own motion on the issues that we are discussing. Substantiate, and it has to be tabled and be property of the House if it's to be discussed.
Madam Speaker, I table. You can scrutinize it, and I've got extra copies here for Honorable Bukosi and the rest. Madam Speaker, my time is not yet even halfway. Madam Speaker, even if we were to assume that the KRA is right in their suggestion that they ever achieve their target, then where is the money? Next week, I'll be coming back here to discuss more about National Treasury, Madam Speaker. And therefore, it behoves the KRA and the National Treasury to tell us where our taxpayers' money has gone. Because for the first time in this country, we are failing to meet our very basic obligations as a country. Madam Speaker, as we speak, there is a threat already issued of retrenchment of hapless, poor civil servants. Madam Speaker, it was issued last night by none other than the chairman of the Economic Advisory, whatever. Madam Speaker, David Ndii had the audacity to say that he is going to recommend retrenchment of poor civil servants. How dare you retrench poor workers? How dare you retrench poor hustlers while recruiting and appointing a necessary number of COSs? How dare you retrench workers while creating offices for your spouses? How dare you retrench poor workers
Honorable Chepkonga.
while buying cars, expensive cars and
What is your point of order? Honorable Wandayi. Member for Ainabkoi.
I rise pursuant to standing order.